Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Eurovision Bowl roster reveal. Super exciting. For anyone who doesn't know, obviously, Eurovision Bowl is a one-day NAF tournament which I'm running back in Mill Street, County Cork, and it's happening this Saturday. I almost said Sunday there for a second. um, yeah, so it's going to be really, really exciting. Really looking forward to it. And here is the roster preview. So first of all, a very, very quick look at the team building. So everyone gets 1170. Certain stars are allowed. I mean, it's a pretty standard rule set, really. I suppose the only difference is there's 3 rules packs. So you can take... Thanks very much, Scrambler. So you can take 6 primary skills, 4 and a secondary, or 3 primaries and a star. And it kind of just, increases 1 all the way down the line. No stackings allowed. People could give up a secondary to take an extra primary if they wanted. Bunch of inducements, and that's about it. I suppose the really cool thing is the Lord of the Dance, which is like a mercenary star player, which will make an appearance sometime, maybe. Well, if anyone says they don't want to use it, then they don't have to use it. So, without further ado, here is the breakdown. So we have 32 participants, and they can be broken down into 4 Necro, 4 Khorne, 3 Imperial Nobility, 2 Norse, 2 Skaven, 2 Orcs, 2 Nurgle, 2 Ogres, and 2 Elven Union as well, which is pretty cool. And then we also have 1 OWA, Vampire, Gnome, Lizard, Humans, Dark Elves, Renegades, Black Orcs, and Undead. So we've a nice mix. We've a lot of frenzy hungry, a lot of frenzy hungry folk, by the looks of it. 4 Necro, 4 Khorne, and 2 Norse is quite high. Like almost a third of the people have like more than 1 frenzy piece. And of course, there's Dark Elves as well, right? Man, yeah, literally like 30%. So, here we go, I suppose. We're not going to take like too deep of a look into it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you took a Kicksaurus, that's terrible. Myself and Crow Dog will take a bit more look at that when we do our episode 2 of Diced Again podcast. So, we'll go from the top, and we have Slam Pigos and his Khorne team. And I had to laugh, right? I just had to laugh at at his numbering just to trigger me. So it's a Khorne team, right? It has 3 rerolls. So it's gone for the third reroll. No Apo, no coach. 12 men's. Skill pack A. I'm pretty sure, besides the ones that took the secondaries, or took the stars, not many people opted for any of the other packs, which is pretty cool, isn't it? So this one is 2 Khorne Gores, block spawn, just pretty cool. 3 block seekers and a tackle seeker. Hello, Steve. Couple of guard and a DP. It's very removal heavy, isn't it? So yeah, I really should have muted the sound effects. But here we go. So yeah, that's the first one, Khorne. I love the numbering, right? Because it's purely done just to trigger me. And then second up, we have more Khorne. Woo! Which is not the same build, funnily enough. This one is 2 rerolls, 2 coaches, because we've gone for the 4 Khorne Gores, whereas the other one only had the 3. And I mean, it's a bunch of guard, it's a bunch of block, it's 12 men's, 2 rerolls. I mean, it'll work or it won't, right? And then moving swiftly on to Papa Bao and his knobs. And he's gone for Zug knobs. So one of I don't know how many rosters opted for the star player. It's only like 6 out of 32 or something like that have gone for a star, and this is the first one. So it's 3 rerolls, no Apo. You may notice there's only 4 bodyguards and a thrower, and that's because, you know, we need to fit Zug in somehow. So it's quite light, to be honest, right? Because you could have just taken the normal ogre, and you know, you could have taken the ogre and given him block, basically, and then still gone like 7 or 8 more skills. So it's a bit light. And then we have some humans. Well, special note actually, since some people actually did go to the effort of naming players and naming the team, because there is a prize for the best team name. The aristocrat is brilliant, right? And then they're all like cat teamed, so it's a brilliant. You know, it gets plus points for that. And then Oscarin, who is Papa Bow's son, has gone for humans and the Fellowship of the Bling. And like, look at these team names as well. They're so good. They're just so good. So it's a human team with 12 players, 4 rerolls and an Apo. Has some Mighty Blow, has some guard, has some block. Not much more to say there, really. Like, it's a human team. It's pretty good. And then Fiki has settled on the knobs as well. Now, myself and Figi had a couple of chats about this, and there was rumours of him taking some Hethark Ogres, but it seems he didn't get the project done in time, as he hasn't submitted the roster. So this is probably more what I would have expected from a knob team, right, in this rule set. Like 2 rerolls, 2 fans, because, you know, Officious Ref and Rights kill you. Or Pitch Invasions kill you. You know, 13 players, loads of guard, blodge blitzers, block ogre, and a leader. So 3 rerolls, well, 2 with the leader. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Like, yeah, so something like this is a bit more what I'd expect. Like, if Fiki and Papa were to meet, you'd give massive advantages to Fiki, right? Well, maybe not on coaching, but on team anyway, because it's basically the same team. It's just Fiki has more, right? And then, you know, a man after my own heart. We have some gnomes, and we have Carla gnomes, which I must remember to pack as I'm supplying the Carla. So it's 3 rerolls, a keg, an Apo, a fan, a coach, and Carla, and then you get, you know, 14 players. Multiple block tree is questionable, 4 dodge, but it's gnomes, right? And there are only 3 stunty teams in this roster, or in this tournament, so it stands a decent chance of winning Stunty Cup. I, of course, won a Stunty Cup recently through sheer domination. And more knobs. It's funny, all the knobs are like at the top end of the rosters. Like, people are just like, here, have some knobs. I'm not changing anything else ever again. So we have Bozzy Boz and his knobs. Hello, DK Max. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the follow. Great to have you here. So again, like, we see a slight variation on Fiki's one, right? Because we've gone for the 2 rerolls and an Apo as opposed to, you know, the more bench. So this is only 12 men's. Again, block ogre, block or dodge, and a tackle instead of just the blodgers, right? 3 guard, a strip bowl bodyguard, which is interesting, and a leader. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, you know, you get your 3 rerolls, you get your Apo, you get your 12 men's. It's some knobs. Let's go. And then probably the man, well, actually, I was going to say probably the man who has to travel the furthest to this tournament, but that would actually be me. You know, you don't often have the host traveling the furthest. But Benbow Baggins is coming to Mill Street, everyone. Um, you know, he decided he'd have a little family holiday to Cork in November. Like, no better time to come, really. So he's taken his lizards. He has a lovely Lizardman team. It's and like the display case and everything for it. Oh, super super sexy. Can't wait for everyone in Ireland to see that. So he's gone for 6 block lizards, right? 2 rerolls, an Apo, 2 coaches, 12 men's. It's lizards. There's nothing else to say. He's given his team black colors, and that makes it slightly cooler than the normal lizards. So that's about it, really, isn't it? Geffen Sword is on the Dark Elves, and we've gone. Yeah, this is an interesting dark elf build. 2 rerolls and a coach, but we've gone for 2 runners. 2 runners, which I don't necessarily agree with. But that's fine. And everything else is fine, right? You know, block wrestle witch, 4 blodge blitzers. Yeah, the 2 runners is an interesting one for sure. I can't wait to ask him about that on Saturday. That's going to be pretty cool. And then this is honestly, genuinely, this is the biggest surprise I had at this roster, really. So Saigarai, right, you know, I mean, no surprises he's taking Renegades. But the biggest surprise, right, is that his players are numbered. Like, the ordering is still a bit all over the place, mind. But, like, you know, Madron is usually, like, 99. And the Rat Ogre is, like, 67. And, you know, all this sort of shenanigans. But, you know, they're just straight 1 to 13. So, you know, 3 rerolls, no Apo, 13 players. I thought he might go for the second improvement pack, right, which gets you 6 primaries and 2 secondaries for this one, but no, just the block Mino, and then the Juggernaut and Guard. Sneaky get Goblin. It's good. Sean's well able to play Renegades, and he is my favorite for most Kaz. Not because of any other reasons other than the fact that he gets most Kaz with Renegades in most tournaments. So it was a pretty safe prediction to bet on him, I think. I think that was a pretty solid one. Next up we have Jam Toast and his Vampires, and he's gone for the... What's he gone for? The 4 reroll build, 14 men's, with a block Vargeist. So no blitzers, just the Vargeist, 2 runners, 2 throwers, dodge, block, and then a wrestle troll. It's very, very similar to what Kalon took to a lot of Irish tournaments over the past year. To the point where I would almost consider this the Kalon build, right? It's pretty good. Very excited to see Jam Toast's minis in person. If they live up to half of what they look like on the Discord, then, you know, they're going to be amazing, guys. Next up, we have Maruxador and his Necromantic team. Jose obviously plays a lot of Khorne, so has decided to sack off, you know, everyone with Frenzy for just the 2 with Frenzy. And it's 3 rerolls, 2 fans. It's a Necro team. I suppose the only difference is because it's the 3 rerolls, it's only 11 men's, right? 2 block, 4 guard, another block ghoul. It's pretty good. It's a standard Necro team. I've put in Nurgle because, you know, I didn't want to win the tournament. And then funnily enough, it turns out the person who created the rule set actually gave Nurgle a lot of skills. Which, you know, I didn't even own a Nurgle team when I had created the rule set, so there can't be any bias. And, you know, we'll just skip over that. Anyway, this is what I've gone for. Hello, Panda. I've gone for Block Rot Spawn, 3 block bloaters and a guard bloater, and then a block pestigore, a sure hands pestigore, 2 guard pestigores, a DP, 12 men's, 2 rerolls, 2 coaches. Funnily enough, I was speaking. Who was I speaking with? I think I mentioned it to Tulian last night. That funnily enough, there's another Nurgle roster, and I think it's better than mine. And I really, really debated swapping, but I was like, no, listen, look, just because you've seen someone else's with a better roster, like, you can't just swap. So I was like, fine, I'll hold. So yeah, it'd be a bit of fun. I mean, I might not even play. Like, currently I am playing, but if someone doesn't show up, like, the weather isn't looking too good back home, so maybe there'll be a dropout or two, and then I won't play. So who's to say? We have spelling mistakes, and also on Necromantic. What's different from the other one, you ask? Well, what's different is he's taken a keg. And what else has he done? So he has 12 men's and a keg. Oh yeah, because he doesn't have the reroll, right? And then in terms of skills, it's like basically the exact same as Matt Uxador. Instead of the 2 block, he's 1 block, 1 wrestle werewolf. And a fantastic team name. And like the player names are just super, like chef's kiss. And then Ozaneros is on his undead, and it's an undead team, right? 3 rerolls, 2 coaches, and a keg, 12 men's. What's he done? A block and a wrestle ghoul, a sure hands ghoul, a block, fucking hell, a guard and a tackle white, and a guard mummy. It's pretty standard, right? The wrestle ghoul, I suppose, is slightly different, and maybe like not having a mighty blow or something. So there's some variation there, but at the end of the day, it's an undead team. They got a keg and 12 men's. It's expected. Smoother Karmer and his Black Orcs, which was really cool, right? Because Black Orcs had been given loads of skills, and then I looked at the rule set again, and I dropped Black Orcs down another tier because I was like, I don't think they actually got enough here. So Drakkar or Smoother Karmer got to capitalize on that, I suppose. And he's gone for 13 men's, 3 rerolls, and a coach, and a bribe. And then he's gone for a dirty player goblin, a sneaky hit goblin. Hasn't gone for 7 mighty low, funnily enough, though. Guard troll, couple of block black orcs, 4 block black orcs, right? A mighty blow 1 and a guard 1. Like, it's one of those, right? It'll do good in probably 1 out of the 3 games, but in the other 2 games they might be up against it, depending on what they play against, right? So that's the Black Orcs. They're pretty cool. And then I did mention that someone was thinking about a Hathark Ogre build. Well, someone actually pulled the trigger and have brought a Hathark Ogre build. Now, it's not necessarily the Hathark Ogre build I would have brought, but it's one of them. So it's 13 men's, 1 reroll, and 5 ogres, Hathark, and 6 nobblers. It's very, very light on players. It's very, very light on rerolls, but it has Hathark. So, Jimmy Fantastic would probably say this is the best build in my tournament. So we've gone for 2 brawlers, 1 guard, 1 strong arm, 1 leader to bring him up to the 2 rerolls, a diving tackle, and a sure feat. So he has the ammunition for the 1 turn. It'll be hard to keep him alive, I suppose, on defense, but that's that. And then we make our way down to Shumway and his Old World Alliance. Shumway, who loves a good Old World Alliance team, has brought this one, which has 13 players. And, you know, bunch of skills, right? Tackle, tree guard, mighty blow, dirty player, another guard and the ogre, a break tackle catcher, so you can dodge away in a 2+, another leader, and then 2 rerolls. It's pretty good, isn't it? And then he's also gone for a bias ref, which is completely out of the blue, right? Well, I suppose he has a dirty player and a bias ref, but it seems mental taking a bias ref at 120k. But I have no doubt I'll probably be giving him one of the top 3 prizes at the tournament. So well done, Matt. You know. And then we get on to Gordok and his Elven Union. Not just any Elven Union though, it's Glorial Elven Union. And that means he gets 2 rerolls and a mascot, which is, you know, a 5+ chance at a reroll both halves, which isn't too bad, is it? Now, some of the skills are a bit questionable as well. You know, Glorial is amazing, right? Like, what a thrower. Like 150k, you know, you get your sure hands and your pass and your dodge and your sidestep and your accurate. So like it's pretty good. It's pretty good for picking up and holding it and then lobbing it to the catchers and then scoring. It's not too bad. Defensive tackle blitzers, 2 wrestle catchers, and a diving catcher, which I don't love. I mean, it's not dodge, right? It's an elf. It's an elf team with 1 dodge. So you know, I'm sure myself and Crow Dog will talk about that a bit more next week, maybe. Yeah. And then we have Liam and his Corn. And Liam has gone for the double Bloodspawn Corn build. Now, it should be said, right, it should be caveated before people start dissing stuff. But it should be stated that 1/3 of the people attending this tournament are kids and are under 18, right? And Liam is one of those. Lovely fella. Loves his Corn. Loves banging on men's. So yeah. Unfortunately, Corn didn't really get a good pack when you take a star. So it's 1 reroll and an Apo. But you have 2 Bloodspawns and then 3 block Seekers and a block Korngor. There's also only 1 block. There's also only 1 Korngor. So you're just left with like a bunch of linemen who don't really have much going on for them. But he'll have a fantastic time. And his brother then has gone for orcs. Now, you thought that double blood spawn was a bit bloodthirsty? Well, clearly you haven't seen Cool Mario's orcs, because there's 7 mighty blow on this orc team. You know, people talking about Mr. Page taking 7 mighty blow black orcs. Well, this is basically the same build, just more reliable. And I had the pleasure of playing this at Daisha Bowl back in July, with my Porzons, and I was absolutely terrified. I was terrified I would have no players. Like, this kid is like 10 years old, and I was full on, like, you know, shitting myself. I was like, I'm going to lose this game. I'm going to get pitch cleared. Thankfully, I didn't. I won 3-0. But, you know, there was a chance. There was every chance. So it has 4 rerolls, and I will tell you, these rerolls will be used to reroll pushes, to knock you down, and to kill you. I pity anyone who has to play it. Like, they might win, but very much at what cost? And then another one of the kids on Skaven. We've gone for 4 rerolls and 12 men's. We've not given the Rat Ogre any skills. Keith game 1. Yeah, I mean it's probably likely that I play him, to be fair. I mean it's always hard. I've played him like twice now. No, I've played him once. And we won't go into it. He's lovely. I gave him dice at the end of the last game because I felt bad. This is game over, you lose, Matt. So he's one of the. I think he's friends with like Gordon's kids. I think. He's also a kid. That should be stipulated there. So we've gone for 4 block gutter runners, a tackle blitzer, and a mighty blow blitzer, and a dirty player clan rat. It's not necessarily how I build the Skaven team. How I would build the Skaven team, though, can be clearly demonstrated down here by Danton. Danton on some rats, which is very exciting. I'm very excited to see what Danton will do with his rats. So he's gone for 13 men's, 3 rerolls, and a coach. Juggernaut, Rat Ogre, naked gutter runner, block, wrestle, strip, guard, tackle, leader. It's beautiful. Like it's how I would probably build some Skaven. So I'm very excited to see how he gets on. And then we have Will Walsh on more corn. Which is pretty much almost exactly how Cladboy has built his corn, right? But swap like discard for swap discard in this block. 11 men's, 3 rerolls, and a coach. It's actually, there are some differences. The skills are quite similar. Will Walsh or won't he? Exactly. Will he or won't he? And if I know Will, he will. And then I don't know if I can actually show Kalon's team on Twitch legally. I certainly hope people don't report me. Kalon is a naughty fella. He's fair as bad, and he's gone for some pro elves. And you remember how I mentioned that a third of the people coming to this event are kids? Yeah. Well, Kalon decided to just say fuck it, and I can't wait for him to play like Cool Mario, and then Cool Mario just goes, "Oh, your player is dead," and then Kalon goes, "Oh no, not cowgirl." So Kalon made me bend some rules and actually introduce a pack where you take no secondary, which I thought was fine because I gave plenty of warning to everyone else that you could do that, because he was a pussy and didn't want the guard lineman, which was terrible, So he's gone for 2 dodge blitzers, 2 dodge catchers and a wrestle catcher, dodge thrower, and 2 block linemen. So this one has just a few more dodge than the other pro elves that we've seen. I mean, there's so many options for more line women, for line men, for sure. 3 rerolls and an Apo. That's pretty good. Get that off screen quickly. And then next up we have Hepsis and his Nurgle. And this Nurgle team is better than mine. I think it is. And I was very tempted to steal the roster, but I thought that might just be a step too far. Well, I say it's better than mine, right? Like, there's a bit of an asterisk because he only has 3 bloaters. And at the time, I'd already painted my 4 bloaters, so I was kind of committed to taking the 4 bloaters and the 4 pestigores. So after that, I was kind of just locked in, really, wasn't I? But yeah, so same skill pack as me, but like he gets 13 players, so he gets an extra player and an extra reroll, which is pretty cool. LeBron James is the most famous Disney princess. Yeah. 3 block bloaters, block spawn, a block pestigore, sure hands pestigore, tackle and a strip, and then a block and a dirty player. Like, really, all that's different is, you know, he has an extra reroll and an extra player to me, but he's given up a bloater for that. And my bloater has guard. And I also have like 2 guard on instead of the tackle and the strip. Everything else is kind of the same, really. But we'll see. We'll see who finishes higher. If I even have to play. And then the third stunty and the second ogre team is Scalandiers. And he's gone for 6 ogres. And he's also taken Grack and Crumbleberry, bringing him up to a grand total of 7 ogres. And you may say, what did you have to give up to take 7 ogres, Keith? Well, you don't get any rerolls. You don't get anything else, in fact. You get nothing. You get no sideline staff. But you get 7 ogres. and a leader, to be fair. But yeah, so we have a leader, 2 guard, a brawler, and a juggernaut, and then a sprint and a sneaky git. Plus, you know, you have Crumbleberry as well, which can pick up the ball because of the sure hands, and is double the strength of the nobblers, so that's kind of cool. I think I would have a miserable time playing this, but he's played ogres before. I don't know if he's played this ogre build before, but he had fun at Bleed Bowl with the ogres. Sure hands, yeah. And then we have Jetty Bear, who's playing in his first NAF, well, maybe his first tabletop game ever. Definitely his first NAF tournament. And he's got Necro, just pretty cool, right? He's taken the exact same build as Spelling Mistakes, basically. The 4 guard, block Wrestle Wolves, and a block Ghoul. 3 rerolls and a coach. 12 men's, not too bad. He'll get on well. Jetty's a very good player. So I wouldn't be surprised at all to see him up near the top by the end of it. And then we have Goblin Insane, who is insane and he loves his goblins. So he has a very accurate username. He submitted like 3 rosters for this, including a goblin team, which was mental. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was insane. I think it was like no trolls, but like it had Ripper and Scrappa or something, and like no secret weapons or anything. It was absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. But he's gone for Norse. He's gone for Norse. 3 rerolls, no Apo, 13 men's, 7 skills. It's pretty good, isn't it? You know? He's gone for the double berserkers. Dodge and a sure hands, Valk, block guard, Ulf's guard, mighty blow, 1 beer pig. He had a Skaven team in as well, and I was kind of trying to get him to play it because I wanted to see how he'd do, you know, on a competitive team, I suppose. But he's gone for the Norse, so I'm still excited to see what he'll do. And then we also have Unforgiven on his Norse, which is basically the same build, right? It's basically the same build. It's just the skills are different, but it's the same build. It's 3 rerolls, 13 men's. He has a guard instead of a juggernaut. He has 2 guard berserkers, a tackle and a dodge Valk, and then 2 block ulfs. Like, it's insane that there's 2 Norse teams and they have the same build. Yeah, and then we come on to the second last one. We have Zuka Paluka, who is Goblin Insane's son, on some Necro, 2 rerolls and a coach, but 13 men's, which is pretty cool, isn't it? So we've gone for 3 guard. We've left 1 fleshy rookie to give the other ghoul block, which is pretty cool, isn't it? And then finally, we have Chimera and his orcs. And Chimera is Maruxador's son. I had the pleasure of playing him as well at Deja Bowl. the other the other of my, I had two 3-0 wins at the Bowl, and both of them were against like 10-year-olds, which was good, isn't it? Because I got most touchdowns, and I had a grand time. I only made one of the children cry by winning 3-0. So yeah, we've gone for 12 men's, 3-year-olds, 2 fans, 2 coaches, and an Apo, 4 guard bigums, and a tackle and a mighty blow. We also have a Mr. Throw. So yeah, it's a bit sad, having like 2 rookie blitzers and a rookie thrower, no goblins, no troll. But yeah, so that's super exciting. And that's actually all 32 rosters. Yeah, I'm super excited to see how everyone gets on at the tournament. We also have Lord of the Dance, which is basically Michael Flatley if he was a Blood Bowl star player. And then the special gimmick about this is he'll like make an appearance at 3 or 4 games every round. So round 1 will be completely random, and then from round 2 and round 3 he'll be like probably on the bottom 4 teams, 4 tables even. But if even one of the coaches decide that they don't want to play with him, then I'll give the option for someone else to take him. But especially in round 1, like round 1, if someone like Kalon and Danton are facing off, I don't want, and like Kalon scores because he had Lord of the Dance. Like, I don't want Danton to feel like upset and be like, well, I could have won this tournament if the stupid star player didn't come along and give my opponent a win. So that's the main thing to avoid with that, I feel. So it's a bit of fun. And especially like considering a third of the field is our kids, they'll really enjoy it. Which is the aim, right? Want everyone to come, want everyone to have fun. So with that in mind, that'll bring us an end to Eurovision Bowl preview, I suppose. It'll be super exciting. I'm really looking forward to Saturday. And yeah, stay tuned to episode 2 of Diced Again, the new Blood Bowl podcast that myself and Crodoc have started, because we will be looking at Eurovision Bowl. We'll have a closer look at the rosters, and we'll reveal our predictions. So I have predictions laid out for who will win every one. There's 13 prizes on offer at Eurovision Bowl, and I have made a prediction, and Crodoc will make a prediction once these rosters are revealed, and we'll see how we got on and who actually won, and I'll tell a few tales from the day. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.